Morning students, this is part 5 video of chapter 2 where plants live adaptations. In this video, we are going to learn about non-green plants and carnivorous plants. Now coming to non-green plants, the first feature is absence of chlorophyll. That means you can very well see in the picture chlorophyll is absent in these plants. Indian pipe, coral root, bracket tree. Second is they cannot produce their own food because I earlier said they don't have chlorophyll. So in the absence of chlorophyll, they cannot make their own food. So how they get food and how they fulfill their nutritional need, that means third point is they have saprophytic mode of nutrition. Now what does saprophytic mode of nutrition means? Yes, they derive their food from non-living organic matter, means they are known as saprophytes, having saprophytic mode of nutrition. They derive their food from dead and decaying matter like cow dung, wood, bread, and they secrete digestive juices over the decaying matter and get nutrients from them. So they are known as saprotrophs or saprophytes like fungi, yeast, molds. Now the second category is carnivorous plants. Carnivorous plants again don't have chlorophyll. They also cannot prepare their own food. So they do have to get nutrition from some other source. They feed on insects. So as they feed on insects, they derive their nutrition from living insects. They are known as insectivorous plants also. Grow in soil deficient in nutrients. That means they grow in the soil which is lacking nutrients. Deficient means they are lacking nutrients. So they have to derive their nutrition from insects. Venus flytrap, pitcher plant, cobra lily, sundew. These all are the examples of carnivorous plant. This is cobra lily. Butterwort, bladderwort. These are also insectivorous plants. Venus flytrap. Now, Venus flytrap is a flowering plant best known for its carnivorous eating habits. Means it traps insects. The trap is made of two hinged lobes at the end of each leaf. On the inner surface of the lobes are hair-like projections called trichomes that cause the lobes to snapshot when the prey comes in contact with them. Now, in the picture you can see an insect trapped in the leaf lobes. Two lobes are there, joined the hinge. In the center you can see this is the back portion of the lobes. Though both the lobes are joined here, and these are the trichomes, these hair-like projections. They help to trap the insect when both the lobes get shut. This is second plant, sundew. Sundew are flypaper plants that trap prey in sticky hairs of the leaves. They make up one of the largest groups of carnivorous plants. Long tentacles protrude from their leaves, each with a sticky gland at the tip. These droplets look like dew glistening in the sun, thus their name is sundew. Now, in this plant, you can see these are the tentacles. This is a leaf and these are the tentacles. Protrude means they are coming out of the leaf, and the sticky gland which I discussed here, these are the sticky glands present at the tip of the tentacles. Now, these droplets look like dew, means the sticky glands in this tip, they look like dew as the dew we see in winter seasons, and they shine in the sunlight. So the name is given sundew. When the insect walks here, all the tentacles, they move and they try to trap the insect here. In both the pictures, you can see insects already trapped here. The third is your pitcher plant. Pitcher plant, another name pitfall trap, are carnivorous plants whose prey trapping mechanism feature a deep cavity filled with liquid known as pitfall trap. This is a pitcher-like structure. It's a trap in which the insect gets trapped here and the upper lobe gets closed. So these are the modifications of leaves in order to trap the insect. Here you can see the mechanism of these plants. Plants in general, normal plants absorb nitrogen and phosphorus from the soil through their roots. But in case of these plants which we are discussing, insectivorous plants absorb nutrients and phosphorus from the animal prey, which in their modified leaves, which we call traps. That at the simplest, insectivorous plants trap animals and absorb nutrients from these insects. In this picture, you can see this is the upper part of the leaf and this is the picture-like structure. When the insect comes here, the upper and the lower part of these lobes, they have got adhesive liquid, and the insect slips down into the picture and the insect is trapped. Thank you.